welcome to a very flu-for-fight edition of a Fight of the Night review. This is for one that took place last night between Trizano and Lucas Almeida. I believe it was I think it was on the main card of the Apex Center. We will find out momentarily. Just have to bear with me. And I am correct. Okay. So we have about 3 rounds of fighting to go through, so let's go through them round by round, bit by bit, and I'll try and talk about what I remember most. Spoilers, it probably won't be much. So we start with round 1, and right out the gate, both men are firing a lot of leg kicks. The leg kick very much becomes Lucas's main weapon of choice. Throughout this entire fight, he lands a lot of them on Michael throughout the fight, and Michael does not really bother checking them, but eventually Lucas does start using that leg kick to set up bigger things as the fight goes. It is also one of those cases of Michael was actually doing a lot of walking forward and walking Lucas down, but Lucas was actually landing strikes and he was using his head movement quite well. Michael was using his body movement quite well. He was using good defense and good blocking at points, and eventually they do start pulling away from it, and Lucas starts pulling away with a bit more of an advantage as the round goes. He lands some really good shots. He's landing more up the top. He lands a beautiful combo, which is like a right hook to the head, a left to the body, then a right shin kick. Beautiful stuff, and he got out of the way really quickly. Michael eventually managed to sort of go for a takedown, but he mostly used it to clinch and keep Almeida against the cage. Very much kept him pressed against that, although I would say Almeida was winning round 1, and he still very much did win round 1 for me, but there is one more thing we have to go through in round 1, which was the surprise ending of the round, because Lucas had landed some really good shots up until this point, but as they're backing away from a clinch, from an exchange, Michael lands a left hook, then a right uppercut to the body, I think, and then a knee, and knocks down Lucas. Doesn't finish him, doesn't have enough time to finish him, but goddamn, it looked really, really close. And I would say that Michael did lose round 1, in spite of the big knockdown he got, and he did also have good clinch control against the cage for like a minute. But round 1 goes to Lucas for me. I think he just did a lot more. He was moving around a lot more. He was striking way, way more. His leg kicks were definitely on point, and yeah, he was just putting his stuff together a bit better. Michael started to build it towards the end of the round, especially with the knockdown that he got, but round 1 goes to Lucas for me. We then reach round 2, and it's sort of a similar story. Lucas is again landing good leg kicks. Michael is trying to press to push him back with just walking towards him. Lucas isn't caving though. He's countering with some really good shots every now and then, and he's putting together his combos way better. He's landing really good stuff to the body. He's landing a good right hook to the body and left to the head combo that serves him quite well. Lucas keeps landing the combo and is making Michael pay for any mistakes, and Michael does eventually suffer a knockdown. So yeah, Lucas knocks down Michael, obviously, but the sort of there's about like 20 seconds to go in round 2 by this point, and I'm sorry I haven't really talked about a lot of the back and forth, but there really wasn't much. It was just Michael walking Lucas down, Lucas countering with the left hook really well, and starting to land a lot better, even with some of Michael's really good blocking and really good head movement. He does suffer a knockdown near the end of the round, and as Lucas joins him and like spends about a minute and a half on top trying to go for ground and pound, the first time he actually jumps on top of Michael, their heads clash, and it opens a really nasty cut above Michael's right eye, and blood starts to pour. Now, granted, Lucas was also suffering a cut after the knee he suffered at the end of round 1, but that was a very, very mild thing, like sort of on the eyebrow, like above the left eyebrow, around the middle of the forehead, but it wasn't nearly as bad. However, Michael's cut was definitely a lot worse, and the referee did notice that it was a clash of heads, but it took him a minute and a half to stand them up, and the referee was Mark Smith, who's usually a bit more professional than that, but he did acknowledge that it was a clash of heads. I just don't think he wanted to get in the way, but there was only like 21 seconds left in the round, and yeah, it was sort of like a sort of stalemate up until the end of the round. I think Lucas landed a good couple of things, but round 2, I also give to Lucas. He got a really huge knockdown. The clash of heads was accidental, and I think if it were intentional, Lucas would have been deducted a point maybe. But yeah, Michael didn't really get a lot done. He was trying to put his combos together a bit better. He wasn't bothering checking the leg kicks once again. Lucas was just always hitting home with those. So yeah, round 2 definitely goes to Lucas for me. Then we reach the third and final round, and again, Michael not really managing to get a lot of. He does get a bit overzealous, he gets a bit greedy, and probably the blood from the head clash is playing a bit with him. He's probably gotten inside of his own head, and he's trying to overextend a little bit, But within 30 seconds of the third round, he's knocked down with a huge left with amazing headwork by Lucas. He follows that up with a huge left, knocks Michael down, and eventually climbs on top, gets him in like the sort of gift wrap position, and just lands hammer fists and a bunch of punches. And 55 seconds into round 3, the referee stops the fight. Victory goes to Lucas, who I think would have won had the fight gone the distance anyway. So now we have to talk about it. I will admit it was a very fun fight. Both fighters showed a lot of respect, which I do enjoy. But again, something that does hold it back for me is the fact that it took place at the Apex Center, where there's no goddamn crowd. And also the fact that it felt really one-sided. I felt it was too much in favour of Lucas. I saw like a lot of news sites when I was looking up this fight saying that it was a very back-and-forth battle. Like, the only major thing that Michael did, for me personally, was in round 1 with the clinch and the knockdown that he got, like with the left hook and the knee. But he didn't really get much besides that. He was getting completely outclassed by Lucas' striking. And by the way, this is the first time I've ever seen Lucas fight. Michael I've seen do it before. I've never seen Lucas fight, and his boxing was so sharp and his striking was really, really good. I think he could be elevated after a fight like this. But yeah, I don't think this will be in my top 10. It was good. It was a really, really entertaining fight. Got no complaints about the stoppage. Got no complaints about the winner. Sorry, my hair keeps getting in the way. I just showered, so I'm quite fluffy. But yeah, pretty decent for what it was. Not a top 10 fight, but I still recommend you go and seek it out. As for what's next from me, well, a vlog hopefully soon, detailing how the last episode of Backtracking is going to go. You'll have to wait for that. Next thing I can guarantee in terms of video is, well, I can't even guarantee it, but I'll try and get it done, which is New Ultimate Fighter episode review on Wednesday, then Music of the Week on Thursday, and next thing I can properly guarantee, though, is PBW vs AVW stream on Tuesday night, so I'll see you all for that, and that'll about do it. My cat does not have any words to say, but I want you to look at him. He's fluffy and adorable, so I'll see you all possibly Tuesday night for the stream. As always, thank you for watching. You're awesome. Bye bye.